Hello friends and welcome back to another video. So I've been playing a lot of Palia recently and I keep thinking the same thing. It kind of feels like if The Sims 4, Stardew Valley and Minecraft had a very cozy, slightly chaotic baby. So if you love Sims, farming games or sandbox games, this is a quick beginner friendly look at whether Palia is actually worth playing and how it compares to some of the biggest cozy games out there. Now, my personal credentials: I am a certified cozy gamer. I streamed The Sims for 2 years as a part-time job, and I am a big fan of any cozy franchise out there. Okay, let's start by having a look at the mining system. This is where you'll get a bit of that Minecraft feeling. You have some similarities in terms of upgrading your tools. You're out exploring, breaking rocks, collecting resources, but it's a lot more relaxed. There's no danger, no survival pressure, it's just chill resource gathering. Compared to Minecraft, it's less about survival and more about progression and crafting, which makes things a lot cozier and low stress. Next up is the farming. Now personally, I love the farming in Palia. This is kind of where the Stardew comparison really comes in. You've got crops, watering, planning your layout, all the classic cozy farming sim elements. But one thing Palia does differently is that it feels a bit more flexible and less punishing. In Stardew Valley, there's that pressure of optimising your day, maximising profit, not wasting time. You've got to consider seasons. It's a bit trickier. Whereas in Palia, it's much more do it at your own pace. You can plant what you want, when you want, and there's no strict time pressure. If you log off for a week, you can come back on, weed your plants and just get on with it. It feels a lot more forgiving, especially for casual players who aren't sinking in tons and tons of hours. Next up, hunting. Hunting adds something that you don't really get in The Sims or Stardew in the same way, but it's kind of similar to the combat in Minecraft. You're actively tracking and hunting creatures like Sernuk, which gives the game a bit more variety in gameplay. It's still very chill, nothing too intense, you can't get hurt or damaged, but it adds an extra layer of interaction with the world. Compared to Minecraft, it's less about survival combat and more about skill-based gathering, which fits the cozy vibe a lot better. You're out seeing the wilderness, collecting resources, like food, but it's a bit more interactive, I would say. Okay, let's talk relationships and romance. This is where things start to feel a little bit more Sims 4, but with a twist. You can build relationships with NPCs, give gifts, unlock storylines, and even romance the characters, like Stardew. But unlike The Sims, where you're controlling everything, Palia makes you feel like you're part of a living world, and you're making your own story in it. Each character has their own personality, routines and story, and you're slowly getting to know them over time. Much like the Stardew system, where you fall in love and you must work your hardest to romance someone. It's less chaotic than Sims relationships and a bit more grounded and story driven. And honestly, the characters are really likeable, which makes you really want to invest in those relationships. Stardew girls, I know you will love this system and you're familiar with the concept. Next up is the home building. Simmers, again, this is a bit of you, I think. Now, as you can see from this very short clip, I am not showing my home at the minute because it is a disgrace. It is empty. But if you would like a proper home decorating video, let me know in the comments and I can get that ready. You can decorate your space, place furniture and really make it your own. There's a lot in the build mode in Palia, more than you would expect. You can really customise the elements. You build the building and you can add on to it, you can change your roof, your interior, and you can decorate down to the tiniest little details. It's not quite as detailed as the Sims 4 build mode, and you don't have that same level of control, but for me it still really scratches that cozy decorating itch. It feels a bit simpler and a bit more accessible, to be honest. For me, one thing that really sets Palia apart from the rest is the story and the quests. There is actual deep lore, character storylines, interaction of NPCs, and a sense of progression that ties the overall story together. There is so much to unearth in Palia. I've got, I think, like 200 hours in this game so far, and I know that I've still got so much more to learn about the lore of these characters and this world, which makes me so excited. Compared to Minecraft, which is very sandbox with minimal direction, Palia gives you much more structure and narrative. But the good thing about it is you don't have to follow it. If you're not interested in the storyline, you can just get on with your own thing. Compared to Stardew, it feels a bit more guided in terms of storytelling and a little bit easier to follow at times. So if you like having goals but the option to go rogue, this is a big plus. So, to wrap up my ramblings and thoughts, is Palia the next big cozy life sim? Honestly, I think it is. It sits in a really nice space between all these games that we know and love so well. It has the creativity of Minecraft, the farming elements of Stardew with the romancing of NPCs, and the whimsy and chaos of The Sims 4. But it removes so much of the pressure that some of these games have and replaces it with a more relaxed, community-focused experience. I can't talk about Palia without mentioning how amazing the online community is. Now, in Stardew and Minecraft, you can kind of replicate this with servers and playing with friends, but Palia being an online game just adds so much to the world. Getting to see everybody running around, getting on with their quests, working together to forage and farm, it makes it really, really special. So if you're looking for something cozy, social and easy to sink time into without feeling overwhelmed, it's definitely worth trying. And if this video so far hasn't sold it to you, let me just remind you, Palia is free. Free to play completely. So if that's not reason enough to try it, I don't know what is. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know your thoughts if you play any of the cozy games that I've mentioned and how you think they compare to each other. So please let me know what you think in the comments, give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.